Since this app is going away, I'm going to do a speed run of all the books I've been meaning to do a video about for months and months. So you're just going to get them all at once while we still can. This is Roses, Where Did You Get That Read by Kenneth Koch. It is about teaching great poetry to children. My kids are just getting into this, and have found it to be very helpful. Of course, there's also the Oxford Book of Children's Verse by Iona and Peter Opie, and I have so much work by the Opies. They are a collector of children's literature, and they seem like just the sweetest old couple. I would love to do a deep dive onto them someday. This is The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood by Howard Pyle. He was one of the great old illustrators, and I really like this because it's a great intro of the Robin Hood stories, and the illustrations are great. I have a bunch of them scanned in for my graphic novels. The Crows of Pear Blossom by Aldous Huxley. Did you know that the Hux himself wrote a children's book? It is as dark as you would imagine, but quite good. This is Fritz Eichenberg's Works of Mercy. So this is more his work focused on Christian themes and things like that. But Fritz Eichenberg is one of the very best illustrators that I know. I have half dozen of his books here. So I would just Google his name to see all the amazing things he created. But one of the masters of woodcuts of all time. This is Robert Johnson's He. This is a book about understanding masculine psychology. It's a very thin book. Most of Robert Johnson's books are very thin, but they are really amazing, insightful little pieces. I've read some others of his that are really good. And a different Robert Johnson than the blues musician who allegedly sold his soul at the crossroads. This is Foucault's Pendulum by Umberto Eco. You can tell that Umberto Eco is someone that has 50,000 books in his library. Everything about this. It is a wonderful history of the occult and the secret societies and things like this. If you don't know much about that world, just go through this and Google the stuff you don't know, and by the end of it, you have a good general idea on how all of these threads came together. The Way of the Shaman by Michael Harner. This is a very famous book because it is a guide to how to do shamanic practices on your own. And so it came out, I don't know, 30 or 40 years ago, and it's been a classic text ever since. Also not a very big book, and very cool. Hans Holzer's The Alchemist. This is Hans Holzer imagining. I think he pretends like it's a real story, that he found these secret documents from the great Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf von Habsburg, who is the famously someone who supported all of the alchemists. And so this was a great look at that time period in history, and we'll do one more to keep under the 3-minute limit. The Magus by John Fowles. This is such a sexy book of magic and occult, and you don't really know what's happening. I love this one so much. One of the best literary things of supernormal I've read in a long time.